We know from history, specifically released government documents, that we have been using and changing the weather to our benefit since the 40s. We have worked with rain in Operation Popeye. We worked with hurricanes in Project Storm Fury and Project Cirrus. Worked with lightning in Project Skyfire. And we had this project. I am not saying that this is what's going on, but I am saying it's possibly related adjacently. This specifically comes from a June 1970 report of a study commissioned by the Department of Defense. In 1965, the Joint Chiefs of Staff requested that the Secretary of Defense initiate research to determine the feasibility of measuring the flammability characteristics of forests and jungle growth, modifying inflammability so that the vegetation would readily support combustion, and developing measures to destroy large areas of forests by fire. Along with Operation Popeye, this was studied for potential use in Vietnam. Now, of course, to be operational, they had to do tests and research, which they did. This was one of the test sites. A list of other test sites. The tests included spreading pellets along the ground and spraying aerosols from the sky. During one part of the year, they would treat the area, and then they burned the test areas during another part of the year. And if you're still here listening, you're probably wondering what any of this has to do with the California fires that are going on right now. One of the chemicals used in these tests was silver iodide. Silver iodide is the most commonly used chemical in cloud seeding. The state of California uses $3 to $5 million annually on cloud seeding. The Santa Ana Watershed Project Authority spent over $1 million last year alone on cloud seeding. And this is the company that they use. This company primarily uses a mixture of silver iodine and acetone for cloud seeding. I'm sure that's fine. Along with silver iodine, acetone, and dry ice, we've also been using potassium iodide and liquid propane for cloud seeding for the last 70 years. Anytime there's any pushback or questions when it comes to cloud seeding, people are just told, well, it's not very effective and the chemicals used aren't toxic. And if you're wondering if any of those chemicals are combustible, well, they're not, but they are highly conductive. If cloud seeding was so ineffective, why would states be spending millions of dollars every year for 70 years to continue to do it? There are very little regulations when it comes to cloud seeding, like very minimal. And most of it is done by private companies. And they say these chemicals are non-toxic, but I would like to see the studies on that, if there are any. I'll leave you with a quote from a 1968 paper, How to Wreck the Environment. Such a secret war need never be declared or even known by the affected populations. It could go on for years with only the security forces involved being aware of it. The years of drought and storm would be attributed